Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp. Welcome back, Scott Robbins.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back, man. It is really good to be back.
Well, man, there's so many stories
There are
covered
tons,
today.
aren't there?
Trying to figure out, what do you open with today? First of all, this is America. We don't do ties. Okay, NFL, we don't do ties.
I know, man.
Got to fix that. New York embarrasses the entire country at the Ryder Cup. Who could have predicted that? New York also looks like is going to elect a Muslim communist mayor.
Yes. Well,
Des Moines is hiring illegals as their superintendent and then defending it.
Yes. Good Lord.
Where
man.
are we?
I don't even know. I can't even tell you. Isn't that something? I mean, that Des Moines story could be my favorite of the day.
We will get
just because it's so insane. Hang in there for this one in case you haven't heard. There's always more to this story, too.
I know, man.
Wow.
All right, David, where do you want to start?
Well, there was this horrible scene in Michigan yesterday. Just awful. Man rammed his truck through the wall at a Mormon church, opened fire, burned the building down. He was killed, but not before murdering at least 4 people. Turns out he's a Marine veteran who'd been deployed to Iraq, and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt spoke about it this morning on Fox and Friends.
Spoke with our FBI director, Kash Patel, bright and early this morning. He assured me and the American public that the FBI is currently executing multiple search warrants at the residences and the family homes of this perpetrator to try to get to the bottom of why he would commit such an act of evil. All they know right now is this was an individual who hated people of the Mormon faith. And they are trying to understand more about this, how premeditated it was, how much planning went into it, whether he left a note. All of those questions have yet to be answered, but certainly will be answered by the FBI.
Golly.
Yeah. Just seeing those stunning scenes yesterday as the church was on fire and just feeling heartbreak. Because you don't know, we've had so many just outbursts of violence in the last few weeks. You don't know what this is. Is this just a crazy person who went off? Is there something else involved with it? I don't know. But it's horrifying to see this.
Oh, man, just praying for those families.
And what do we know so far about this person? Not a lot, right?
Yeah,
just what we heard.
Yeah,
Marine
veteran.
Right? But that's it, the Marine veteran thing.
Well, and then there was another veteran in North Carolina that shot at the restaurant.
Golly. And that guy in North Carolina had apparently submitted some lawsuits against different officials. And apparently it was like this rambling thing about Jeffrey Epstein in September 11th. Very sick individual.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you hear that? Is he the one that he took Kelly Pickler to a dance, some Marine dance? And then claimed that she spiked his drink with poison or something?
I did not hear that.
All right.
Are you having fever dreams after that surgery? What's going on?
I read this story somewhere about this guy, and it was a military dance, and he went with Kelly Pickler. The whole Kelly Pickler thing was strange enough, but anyway, I know David's on it, so we'll get
Robbins
to that.
is back for less than 5 minutes, and the look of horror in David's face, like, let me look. Good night. Robbins just says this stuff, and I got to look it up.
I swear I read. I wasn't a dream, I don't think. Maybe it was.
Yes,
now.
yeah, it is. The North Carolina gunman.
Yeah.
Believe that Kelly Pickler tried killing him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Spiked his drink.
Man, that is wild. And nice catch, Scott Robbins. Back on his A game.
Now, I'm not saying I didn't dream it too, but that's...
Man, that's crazy. Well, and then you've got this whole conversation going on. It's uncomfortable, but it's true. What is it? The stat is that gets thrown out there. That's 7% of the U.S. population linked to 30% of mass shootings. People just throw statistics out there, but then you're talking PTSD, brain injuries, a lot of different things in that conversation. Sure. So, of course, that story's out there. Portland, another big story over the weekend.
Yeah, well, President Trump authorized the deployment of National Guard troops to Portland to protect federal buildings. And here, I just want to let the professionals set up the story, okay? So I'll bring in MSNBC's Al Sharpton. Breaking news.
Okay. All right.
We start with the breaking news that the president has ordered the Defense Department to deploy troops to Portland, Oregon in a social media post this morning. Trump said he's authorizing, quote, full force. Next week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called for a highly unusual in-person meeting with hundreds of generals from all over the world.
There you go. Here to interpret what Al Sharpton said, Joe Biden.
But yeah, and then you had the freak show out last night. People, I don't know if you saw some of the video. Katie Davis Court and Chelly Busharoff were some of the people taking video of some of the protests. And there was one, it was this gigantic person, place, or thing in a wheelchair with her boobs out and just topless for hours. It was very bizarre.
Like nipples exposed?
Oh, yeah, just swinging
I've
free.
Been spared that.
Yeah. Just deport that person, okay? Get them out. Or at least get them a shirt.
Man, usually when you mention someone being female and was naked wherever, like in public, first thing Robin does, he's quietly getting on the keyboard. After your description, he looked the other way.
No, I want no part of that.
No,
you don't.
No, we'll trust you on that one. But as far as the governor, they don't need any help.
Oh, no. Yeah, Governor Tina Kotek doing a press conference about this.
Wow.
Okay. I have been abundantly clear with them that Portland and the state of Oregon believe in the rule of law, and we can manage our own local public safety needs.
That's hilarious.
There is no insurrection. There is no threat to national security, and there is no need for military troops in our major city. Military service members should be dedicated to real emergencies.
Looks like a nice little guy, actually.
I did hear a lot of people saying over the weekend, wow, today I learned that the governor of Oregon looks exactly the way I expected the governor of Oregon to look. And it's embarrassing, too, because, look, there are people who live in the neighborhood near the ICE facility who are suing to get the city to do something about the, at best, just noise nuisance that's been going on.
Yes.
Outside overnight hours. And then also a public safety threat, an actual public safety threat that has existed out there because the cops are basically not going in to make any arrests, even when people get violent.
It's been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing new to the people in Portland. Some would say, well, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. You look at that ICE facility.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke.
I heard from a couple of people going, well, wait a minute. It's not near as bad as you guys think it is. It's like, well, we see what you see. I don't know.
It all depends on where you are. Because, yes. I mean, that's sort of the hall pass that a lot of people in media and a lot of liberals in Portland are trying to say, like, well, in my neighborhood, it's fine. Well, that's great for your neighborhood. I'm excited. I'm happy for you. But what is the acceptable number of city blocks where you have this nightly nuisance going on in your world? What is the acceptable number?
Remember that one black lady that was out there?
Yeah.
Like, stop it. I need to sleep. I have a job.
Oh, gosh, yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the other part is you'll have the different politicians. Ron Wyden out there. See, this is what it looks like. Yeah. Well, you're taking this in the morning.
Like 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's like
yeah,
I didn't see anything here.
Yeah, it's Pritzker strolling by the lakefront on a 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, and Kotek and others down by the river a couple miles away from where the action actually is. They're like, see, this is a peaceful protest. Okay, well, show up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. The other thing, man, as we know, there's going to be a crackdown on Antifa. And that's the heart of it in Portland. I mean, if you followed Andy No and his reporting for years, I mean, he's been on this. It's not a big secret.
Well, yeah, and also I love the idea that it's not some sort of organization. Like, is it highly centralized like the Republican Party or the Democrat Party? Well, no. But also, Andy No, you mentioned him. He pointed out that if you see the people in green hats at far-left demonstrations, know that they are not independent legal observers, but rather members of an Antifa legal group called the National Lawyers Guild. Not an organization, but they've got a lawyers guild.
Yeah, just loose. They talk a little bit online, but that's really the extent of it. No big deal.
Sure.
Of course. Yeah. So we'll be getting deeper into all those stories. There's a lot to cover today. It's also Mashup Monday.
Oh, yeah.
In an effort just to keep it light, to put a smile on your face, getting back to work. David, what do you have for us today?
Got this courtesy of a guy who goes by DJ Cumberbund. And it's the Ramones and Hanson with a special guest at the end. He calls it Blitz Bop.
All right.
Bop and Blitzkrieg. Okay. That's hilarious. I'm waiting for the surprise.
Well done. Well done.
Cotton Eye Joe in there. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, a lot of updates to get to, and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Pure opportunity is what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go further. The opportunity is now, and it's right here in Michigan. Visit MichiganBusiness.org to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation can help your business thrive.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Now, time for the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2.
Well, the governor of Missouri, number 5, has signed a new congressional map, which basically only leaves 1 seat available in the state of Missouri for Democrats. This coming among the redistricting wars that are still ongoing, and Texas's maps are being challenged in court. That's getting underway here in the next few days. Number 4, President Donald Trump said in a Truth Social post today that he will be imposing a 100% tariff on any and all movies that are made outside of the United States. Remember when he floated that? And nobody knew what that really meant. Like, what would that entail? Is that are you charging, like, is it a tax on the actors? I don't really understand how that's supposed to work.
I don't either. I just look at it as flooding the zone.
Oh, totally.
And having people screech.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Number 3, Democrats, speaking of shrieking in Portland, are upset that Trump is protecting federal facilities from rioters, saying, hey, there's no problem there and never has been. Okay. Number 2, ICE arrested the superintendent of the Des Moines, Iowa school system. He's an illegal alien who had a removal order from last year. More details on that coming up in about, 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Because it is one of the most bonkers stories I've ever read.
Oh, my gosh.
Just crazy, man.
Yes, I can't even believe it's true.
Then number 1, President Trump hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today and says, hey, I'm hopeful that there's they're closing in on some sort of deal to end the war and get the hostages back. So those are the 5 stories that we were watching today.
So, big news about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes. Bad Bunny is the performer.
Name one song.
I can't. I don't know any. I don't know any. And by the way, do you refer to him as Mr. Bunny? How does that work?
Better show respect. I think so.
Is
known worldwide. I know on Good Morning America they were very excited.
Do they know any of their songs?
I don't know.
Any of the songs? Okay.
I have no idea.
I mean, he's pretty big.
Yeah, I think he is pretty big. It's one of those things where it's generational.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm not supposed to know who he is. I know who he is, but I just don't know any of his songs.
But I think a lot of people have the opinion where you're going to do this Super Bowl halftime show. It would be somebody that at least most people are aware of and that is loved by an older generation and a younger generation. That's not always easy to do.
No.
But that's where a lot of people think it should go. But when the NFL said, Jay-Z, how about you pick it? And that way no one can call us racist anymore, because that's basically why they did it. Then it's going to be Jay-Z. And there were the talks with Taylor Swift, but that fell through, as we found out.
Well, she wanted a lot of things, apparently. They weren't willing to do it. Because they were like, well, we don't pay our artists. It's for the exposure. Like she needs more exposure.
Right.
What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, really?
Yeah. I mean,
I think Bad Bunny should come out and do a tribute to Foghat. Just kind of bring
you will not let the Foghat thing
bring
go.
all the generations together.
Do you know some people actually take you seriously when you say that? Robbins really wants Foghat? They had like 2 songs.
You can stretch Slow Ride into an 18-minute jam, though.
Very
good
true.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, many people think it should be Foo Fighters.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've
why?
just seen that online because it's one of these bands that's respected by an older generation and a younger generation, that sort of thing. I'll always go back to Metallica. But again, to talk about a band that doesn't need the exposure.
No.
But the bigger issue is, can we stop the ties in the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. We need to stop that. That needs to stop.
We had texts going all over the place last night during the Cowboy-Packer game. And, Cowboys fans are saying, new rule. Let's just have the field goal kicker see who can kick the farthest.
I thought the same thing. I thought exactly
well,
the
when
same
you have Brandon Aubrey, of course you want that as a
you
Cowboy
got these guys
fan.
booting 55-yarders like no big deal now.
65.
Start at 70 and just work your way forward.
But no ties.
Yeah,
No,
I think it's kind of. It would be kind of like the NHL. The NHL adopted several years ago a shootout,
Yes.
where after an overtime period, if nobody scores, they just do a shootout and until it's done. So I like the idea of just doing a kicking contest after, a 10-minute fifth quarter or overtime.
Do you guys like
period.
the way college does it?
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too. Why doesn't the NFL do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there like a reason? Like it's too much fatigue? It's chance of injury? It's something like that?
I've always gotten the impression that, the union doesn't want that kind of thing that just can go on indefinitely because of the risk of injury.
Okay, say you're going into like the third overtime. Both teams have it at the 25, 30, whatever they decide, right? I mean, if you feel like, man, my team's gassed, we're going to have to go for 2 here.
Yeah.
We either got to win it or it's got to be done one way or another. Something like that. It's just so
But just
unsatisfying.
like a tire, like they do in the punt, pass, and kick thing. You got to throw the ball through the tire.
Yeah.
Do it like every quarterback steps off 10 more yards until it goes through the tire.
Kansas City Chiefs fans are saying, let's judge it based on the number of players who are engaged to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, winner.
Everybody's going to try to make up their own rules.
Yeah,
That's
right.
hilarious, though. But yeah, just not satisfying. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. All right, biggest story today, David?
There are a lot competing for attention. Of course, troops being deployed in Portland is a big one. Still waiting for more information about the Mormon church shooting in Michigan.
Gosh.
Yeah, it is just awful. Let's see what else is going on right now. Well, the Des Moines superintendent is an illegal alien
with a criminal history.
What is that?
He was running from the cops.
And the school board says we should practice radical empathy.
Yeah.
How about you don't need radical anything, just follow the law. There's a reason we have laws.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. So we'll get to that. Also, audio with the Philly DA, Larry Krasner, you want to hear. And what's your story coming up? The Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer is back. Scott Robin.
Yo, man.
Great to have you back, brother.
Good to be back, man. Good to be back. Missed you guys.
Missed you, too. First thing you said when I walked in this morning, this Des Moines thing, what is going on?
Oh, I know, it's insane. I was texting back and forth with a buddy of ours who does radio in Iowa, and he was like, the crazy thing is that this idiot woman who hired him was running for Senate.
So, David, you want to set up the story?
Yeah, so there's this bonkers story out of Des Moines, Iowa. The school's superintendent has been arrested by ICE because he's here illegally. He had a final order of removal dating back to last year under the Biden administration, by the way. Ian Roberts is his name. Okay, he's a former Olympian, apparently represented his home country of Guyana in the 2000 Sydney Games, came in second to last place in the 800-meter. Just in case you were wondering.
Okay.
So anyway, he's an Olympian. He has also bounced around a ton of different school districts over the last several years, and his resume reads like "Catch Me If You Can."
Right.
Because he claimed to have gotten some award that doesn't exist from George Washington University.
We've all gotten one of those.
Yeah. He also his birth year was listed in one place as 1970, another in 1973. Another in 1978. And what else was? Oh, he claimed to be in the military. He was a commissioned military officer, which he wasn't. Claimed to be a police detective, which he wasn't. But he was actually an Olympian. So he's got that going for him. So
Okay.
ICE, they said, hey, since May of 2024, you've been under deportation orders. You got to go. They went and they caught up with him. He fled. And he dumped his car, but they wound up getting him. He had a loaded gun, a hunting knife, and $3,000 in cash in the car. He also has, from 2022, I think DHS said 2020 as well, but 2022 he had a weapons violation on his record in Pennsylvania because he had a loaded hunting rifle in his car, not secured in a lockbox or anything like that. So that's where that, and the school district said he was open about that did happen.
Okay.
But anyway, the Des Moines School District Board Chair, Jackie Norris, who was once chief of staff for Michelle Obama.
Really? Unbelievable.
Spoke at a news conference and says, hey, we just wait a minute, okay, please.
Okay, roll it.
It seems fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy as we work through the situation together. Radical empathy is the recognition that we can disagree and still empathize with each other.
No, read Allie Beth Stuckey. Toxic empathy that you are all suffering from.
What are we supposed to disagree or agree on here?
Yeah, exactly.
The guy was supposed to leave the country more than a year ago and didn't.
But we disagree that he should have. We love him, and we want him to stay.
I think we can all agree that when he fled on foot, he's probably lost a step over the years because they caught him.
That is true.
He was an Olympian after all.
Okay, she goes on.
The respect of others' humanity. Dr. Roberts has been...
The respect of others' humanity?
Dr. Roberts, okay.
Broke the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we supposed to not say that he broke the law because it's not nice to say those things? You nut?
Dr. Roberts has been an integral part of our school community since he joined over 2 years ago.
Okay.
During his time with our district, he has shown up in ways big and small and has advocated for students and staff and begun introducing concepts that will help us reimagine for future generations.
Reimagine
education for future generations of Des Moines students.
Well, that's kind of the bare minimum for a superintendent, isn't it?
Well, we're going to reimagine education, like reimagine that laws don't exist. I mean, the guy, it looks like the guy is a world-class con artist.
He is a con artist, yes.
Any chance DiCaprio's going to play him in the movie?
Well, it'd be appropriation at that point if he did.
Maybe get Robert Downey Jr. Put the blackface back on, something like that.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Both.
Yeah.
Sure. One could be a stunt guy.
Well, they could play him as a youth and then later in life.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That is. And so and then they got protesters out there for this dude.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
I mean, anybody want to be a superintendent? You can be. I mean, you can't. Dude, if you go to work in a machine shop, they're going to do a background check on you.
Well, yes.
I mean, any job you take, there's probably going to run a background.
Yes.
How can this happen? How can this happen?
There have been so many districts across the country that buy into, some BS that a superintendent is slinging, and it takes them, 3, 4, 5 years to figure it out. Yeah. They don't renew the contract, and they leave, and someone cries racism or something like that. You see it play out all over the place. And here we go with this one in Des Moines, and except this is the off-ramp to say, oh, my gosh, we didn't know. But if they do that, they're saying to everyone, we did the crappiest job possible in vetting.
Well, yes. Well, what they said is he was certified by the state. So they're saying, hey, if the state had the certification or gave him that, then, well, we just trusted the state.
Is it that easy to be certified in the state of Iowa? I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. Wow.
We'll be flying jets next week.
Man, oh, man. Did you see the video out of Philly? The 22-year-old street reporter?
Yep, I did.
With Larry Krasner, the DA, one of those Soros guys that just lets criminals run free all the time. I want to set up the picture of this. Have you guys seen the video?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Larry Krasner, riding his bike. He's taking a little break. He's got the long, dark shorts with this, I don't know, mustard yellow T-shirt, and it's The Clash.
The Clash, yeah.
Which is so perfect. Old guy, out of gas, telling the young guy that he's un-American, and the old guy's got the Clash T-shirt, still trying to be, quote, relevant, like an embarrassment. Listen how this goes.
Donald Trump is a fascist.
How is Donald Trump a fascist?
Frank?
How is Donald Trump a fascist?
Frank? Did I ask you to come over and bother me when I'm sitting here drinking coffee in a park? Did I ask you to do that?
You're on public property, brother.
Oh, is that your theory?
Yes.
Frank? You're un-American, Frank. You're
I'm un-American?
You're anti-American.
I'm a resident of this city who cares about public safety. Why are you calling me un-American?
Isn't that every Marxist default?
Yeah.
Instead of going with what they're talking about, no, I can do this. I can do this. It's a public park. You're un-American.
Right.
Here come the names.
Yeah.
People who support hate. You don't understand what it means to be a fascist, what people like Adolf Hitler do, how spreading hate, which is something that, frankly, the people you admire do, gets us closer to that. This is about you.
How can you say that about
ego.
me? Why don't you have a conversation about these things with me? Why are you accusing me?
The reason I would talk to a 22-year-old who disrupts meetings.
Oh, so I'm too young now.
The reason I would talk to a 22-year-old who knows nothing he's talking about meetings is what, Frank? You are welcome to write whatever you want in your non-existent fake paper. You're welcome to do that.
We have more views than your TikTok. We get more views than you.
I mean, that's not true either.
Your one video.
It actually is true. But that gives you an idea who that guy is. Not going to have any sort of debate, anything else, just accusation. Trump is fascist. You're un-American. That is disgusting. From a freaking DA in a major American city. But the thing is, none of us are surprised.
Nope. Not at all.
Not being able to say what he wants. Yeah.
Wow. All right, it's that time of the show. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, today, what's your story?
I know you're not supposed to go backwards in broadcasting because it's always about what's the next thing, move forward, right? I'm going to kick my story that I had scheduled here. Okay. I just found something out.
All right.
Seeing the reporting now that the Des Moines superintendent, Ian Roberts, who has been placed on leave, he's been a registered voter in Maryland since 2012.
Well, how is that possible? They're not registering people who aren't legal citizens. We've been told that a million times.
That's a right-wing conspiracy.
Yes, it's not true.
Wow. God. Now, that's a good one, David.
That is a good one. Wow. I feel like folding up the 10 going home now. Oh, adopt that one. Wow.
What do you got for your story, Scott?
Apparently there's a new trend, and I haven't seen much of it, but there are a lot of emergency room doctors across the country who are now going on TikTok to talk about some of the things that go on in the emergency rooms in hospitals across America.
Oh, boy.
One of those doctors, his name is Dr. Kenji Osaya, one of these modern-day TikTok doctors who likes to tell stories about what he sees on the job. He said, whenever I tell people I'm an emergency room doctor, they always say two things. They ask me, what's the sickest thing you've ever seen, and what's the weirdest thing you've ever pulled out of someone's keister?
Oh, golly.
Well, he said, I don't want to shy away from that. He said, but a guy came in, and he said right away when they say, hey, well, it was something very personal we want to deal with, then I know it's probably in someone's keister. In this case, it was a Yankee candle in the guy's keister. And it wasn't just the candle itself. It was the whole damn thing you've set on your desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So he put a little suction on there to remove it.
Did you see what the scent was? I'm not even kidding.
No, I don't know what the scent was.
I've seen the
David.
doctor talking about it. Because they had to basically anesthetize him to make sure that he could like relax enough
to get it out. Yeah.
But it was pumpkin spice.
I'll bet it was. But you know, again, that's a conscious thing. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that in there.
I'm assuming he and whoever he was with, worked their way up.
I've tried everything else and nothing's working. This is what I want now.
The hospital staff, while they were laughing uncontrollably, someone comes in and says, we need to practice radical empathy.
The Yankee Candle lobby.
Oh, man.
We don't tell people what to do with them. We just sell them.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
For my story, I happened to see this, and I thought of you, Scotty. Matt Damon and his brother Kyle spread their dad's ashes at Fenway Park.
Oh, that's nice.
And I thought to myself, well, it's not that anyone thought you were going to die over the last couple of weeks after your surgery. But being a huge Cub fan forever and a Royals fan.
Yep.
Is that something you would like? The ashes spread over Wrigley?
I go back and forth on the whole cremation thing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I hate to be noncommittal, but man, I don't know about the cremation thing. I'm just not sure. I'm not comfortable with it yet.
Got it. If I were,
Wrigley Field would be a good place, or Kauffman Stadium. Pick one. Maybe go half and half.
Okay.
Take half of it, do one, and half do the other.
All right.
I'm okay with that, yeah. Some of the happiest moments of my life were spent at those two ballparks, as well as the drunkest moments of my life were spent at those two ballparks.
Okay, one other idea, just as throwing ideas out there. Would you want to go, say, 45% Wrigley, 45% Kauffman, 10% Foghat Show?
Yeah, Foghat would have to.
Wherever they're playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right after Slow Ride, just throw it into the crowd.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. David's got a news update, and Nimrod's in the news. Straight ahead.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-518-4477. That's 800-518-4477. Again, that's 800-518-4477.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-859-3220. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 to 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-859-3220. That's 800-859-3220 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Yeah, there's always a lot of fad diets going around, and that's a problem because you lose weight and then gain it back and so on. It's called weight cycling. When you lose 10 or so pounds, but then you put the pounds back on plus a couple more. That can put tremendous strain on your organs and lead to serious health issues. And if you do it enough, you're at risk of diabetes, liver damage, heart attack, and stroke.
Yeah, bottom line is most people need help to stop weight cycling, and there's a great way to get that done. Non-prescription lean is an oral supplement, not a GLP-1 injectable, and the science is impressive. Its studied ingredients target weight loss in 3 ways.
Yeah, it helps you maintain your healthy blood sugars. It also helps control your appetite and your cravings, and it burns fat by converting that to energy. And burning fat, of course, helps keep the weight off. So if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise. Get 20% off right now when you enter MVCR at takelean.com. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
All right, news update, David Van Camp.
New York Mayor Eric Adams has dropped his re-election bid to try to prevent the socialist Zoran Mamdani from winning. And that was talked about a lot, like because he and Andrew Cuomo, the former governor, are sort of splitting the non-Mamdani vote along with Curtis Sliwa.
Yeah.
Except this actually won't really have an impact. The communist is going to win.
That's what it looks like.
I mean, if you look at the polling, it's something like with Adams in the race, it's 19% favored for Mamdani. With Adams out of the race, it's 15%. If Curtis Sliwa, the Republican, gets out, it's like still a 9-point lead for Mamdani. He's going to win.
Unless there's some sort of, I was going to say bombshell. People already know what he's about, right?
I mean, at this point, to me, it just sort of reminds me of a cult of personality kind of thing. The more some voters who are highly active, which local elections, they are highly activated voters who show up. It's not usually even close to a majority of voters that show up. The more people say, hey, this guy's a communist, the more they're like, hey, how dare you? He looks like a nice young man. And they just want to vote for him even harder.
Yeah, because they're dopes. Unbelievable. All right, we got to get the Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News. You know, you have a disagreement and it erupts. You know what could be at the root of it, Scott. You said it I don't know how many times. Somebody got disrespected.
Oh, well, they get disrespected. Jamie, there is no alternative. You must throw hands at that moment.
At least.
Yes.
Out of San Antonio, 20-year-old dude hopped on Netflix last week, realized someone had changed his username. Not clear what they changed it to. Cops said it was some sort of insult.
Yeah.
He decided the 2 guys he knew were the ones that changed it. 19-year-old Brian Reynolds and 18-year-old Anthony Constant. Told police he felt disrespected by the
Yes,
prank.
I know. Okay. Well, who wouldn't?
Agreed to fight both of them, so they met up and went at it. Anthony and Brian had a gun with them.
Uh-oh.
Well,
one of them used it to pistol whip the guy.
Oh.
Then a shot was fired, apparently by mistake.
Well,
that was the username Pistol Whip.
One report said they were fighting over the gun and the bullet ricocheted off the ground, hitting the victim. But apparently he's okay. Sounds like the guy they fought took a beating, but it looks like Brian did too. His face is all banged up in the mugshot. He's in a neck brace. He and Anthony are both facing charges for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Disrespect. And that's Nimrods in the news.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins back.
Yep.
Great to have you back in that seat, bro.
But it's good to be back. I'll tell you that right now. Can I tell you something real quick, though?
Sure.
If you guys, this TAVR surgery I had done,
yeah,
I knew nothing about it. Apparently, it's only been in existence for like a decade. But they go in through your groin tooth. My chest wasn't split open. So
to replace a valve.
To replace a heart valve.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes.
And they do 5 of these things a day, and it's really something. So anyway, the recovery time is much shorter, and you're in the hospital overnight, and you go home. That's it.
Is everything discolored still, or are you all right?
Because
that was reported on last week on the show.
The thing that was most discolored over the others was it is coming back to its former self now.
So
in terms of the coloration.
So
Yes.
it's not full on Grimace anymore.
No, it's not.
From
It's
McDonald's
a
fame?
lighter shade of Grimace now.
Now it's just Papa Smurf.
Yes, right. It's more. I think that's on the chart. It's either Papa Smurf or Grimace. So I'm to the Papa Smurf time now.
Golly.
Another fun thing about all this is my wife, who teaches an aftercare program with school kids, right? So they had little cards made, and the kids, because they're kids, said "Get well, Mr. Kathy" on them. So now I am known as Mr. Kathy.
That is very sweet.
Yeah, very nice.
And appreciate that update very much. All right, we got to move on to some. Okay, all right.
It's
We
funny
didn't need
because
that,
I
really.
was, in fact, singing that to myself.
I know,
except
'cause every time
I was
you went
inserting the lyric.
I know. Yeah, okay.
It works because it's the same letters, same number of letters.
Yeah. So, David, the scene in Portland.
Well, it did. It's got the color of Jamie's shirt today.
The purple rain, dude.
Yeah, it was purple rain.
I did. I have one purple shirt from my daughter's university. I wore it special for you today,
I
actually.
really do appreciate it. I like you color coded when you come in. Yes.
All right. Yes. All right. MSNBC very upset that Trump is sending in the National Guard to Portland to protect federal buildings and employees. Did you hear Eugene Daniels?
I did not.
It's just this hodgepodge mishmash of left-wing talking points.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's enjoy this together.
Now, he's been obsessed with Portland since 2020, right? Like when there were protests, and at night there were some folks that, busted out some windows, some fires. That did happen. But what?
That's it?
Yeah, just busted out some windows.
Busted out some windows, set a few fires.
That's it.
That sounds like Halloween in some small town in the Midwest. No, we've seen the video.
Right. Yeah, right.
Over and over, multiple nights.
But what's happening now, there are protests against ICE, but they're smaller in number. No one has died. There's been some injuries. But what we just heard from the president...
No one's died. There's been some injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
know, man's game. No big deal.
It happens.
You've had female reporters there getting assaulted, and the cops say, well, you come to us because it's too dangerous for us to go in there.
Or cops on bicycles that are overpowered by a mob.
Yeah.
desperately running away. My goodness.
But no, we just heard from the president there talking about Antifa, which means anti-fascist. So if you're against Antifa, that's
really?
what it is. It's not a group. It's not a group that you can designate.
Okay.
Not really. It's just an idea. You see, it just happens to be that there's also a group of lawyers who call themselves a lawyers guild.
Yeah.
Right.
That show up to these protests to make sure that the people who are causing the most amount of problems don't actually get charged with anything.
Right.
Aren't they giving away scholarships to Antifa now with the high schools?
I mean, honestly, you look at the indoctrination in high schools and colleges.
That's what I mean, yeah.
It's kind of free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, for being the high-minded news channel for the intelligent people, that is one of the dumbest takes I've ever heard from that guy. Wow, that is something. Okay. Moving on to Andrew Weissman on the Trump indictment versus Comey indictment. This ought to be good.
Yeah, Andrew Weissman was the top hatchet man during the Trump-Russia investigation, and he's now freaked out that former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted.
Okay. Boy, you knew this was going to happen. It's very predictable.
This is such a horrendous moment for the rule of law, for the Department of Justice, for the country writ large, being singled out for impermissible reasons. And so just because you did your job, but just because you referred the president...
I got to call time out for a second because of all these different people. I'm having a hard time picturing Andrew Weissman in my head, like what he looks like. So if you're listening right now and you also don't know what he looks like, just from the voice, it sort of tells you a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Sorry to stereotype it, but the kind of guy you'd make fun of if he was your teacher.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, this guy.
Or you opened an investigation into the president. Those are not legitimate reasons to have a sort of tit-for-tat vindictive prosecution. This looks like it. The emperor has no clothes.
It's sort of a tit-for-tat.
What James Comey did to the country, in retrospect, when you look at it, the scale and the amount of people that still believe in the, quote, Russia hoax, it's beyond. And again, another terrible take.
Oh, completely. But this is him worried that he might be next because he was part of that investigation. But and then, of course, when Trump was arrested by the Biden administration multiple times and then also charged criminally in New York and in Georgia, well, this is what Andrew Weissman, that same guy, had to say. By the way, tip of the cap to Maze Moore for digging these up.
Man, he's great at that, isn't he?
He is being treated no better or worse than anyone else. This is not selective prosecution. That this is not somebody who's singled out. That he is being treated just like anyone else. That is what it means to have a rule of law. That is what the Justice Department is really signaling and messaging here, is that everyone will be treated, as Merrick Garland has said, as equally in this country. This is really a great day for America.
Just hacks.
He's on his way to an MMA fight now.
I'm sure he is.
Hello, it's me.
You know what's good, though? Here's the good news. There are a lot more people, it seems like, every day figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like the more information that comes out on a lot of different stories, people are seemingly getting red-pilled all over the place. I think it's sort of happening to Stephen A. Smith. You know, the other day it was mentioned, man, there's, like over 200 FBI agents on the ground on J6. And you had mentioned, David, well, that was people getting called in to, help with the riot, even though that's not really their job or what they were trained for. You're still looking to find out, okay, how many FBI agents were on the ground ahead of time? Mm-hmm. And then there's this mix-up between, off-duty or plainclothes or undercover. In the public's mind, it kind of all gets melded in together. Sure. Okay, how much of this was a setup? And that's what Stephen A. Smith has come to after that news. This looks like a setup. And this is the part where he really starts to lose it on his show the other day.
My big issue is that I'm really, really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. I mean, I see Republicans like Megyn Kelly or Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or, the Sean Hannitys of the world. You know what I'm getting tired of? To the Democratic Party. You know what I'm getting really pissed off about? I'm getting really ticked off at every time they open their mouth about something pertaining to y'all, they seem right.
Yeah. They're figuring it out. Mm-hmm. People that are following this at all. And I think that's good news. How many people have you seen on social media that thought something about Charlie Kirk only to go watch his videos to say, hey, we were lied to. This is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude, what's he go by? Tony on X?
Mm-hmm.
Black man? Did you see his video about Charlie Kirk?
No.
I'll play you just a little bit, just to give you an idea.
So I did it. For the past 3 days, man, I've been sitting around just listening to this guy, Charlie Kirk's message, because every single place that I hear, especially from black people, is that this man was a racist. And I'm putting this on everything, man. You guys need to be ashamed of yourself. To listen to the lies that this man is somehow pushing some racist rhetoric. I heard him say some of the most uplifting things about black people. I listened to countless interviews of friends of his that were black that spoke so highly of this man. And they talked about his cause as though it was the coming of Jesus. And the more I'm watching this, the more I tend to agree with it. This man's message was pure. It was not a message of hate. It was a message of unity, a message of...
And he goes on, man. I mean, we don't have time for all of it. Mm-hmm. His point was, I'm hearing all this about this guy being racist. I go and see it for myself. And in the end, he says, and that's what they count on, us never looking it up.
Yes.
For ourselves, and just believing the lies they feed us. And that's, honestly, it might sound cheesy. That's a turning point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden they see it for themselves, they're like, holy crap, we've been lied to. All of us have come across that we're on one side, now on another.
Well, I think especially in hindsight, given that what we just heard there, I think that's one of the most insidious parts of how do your own research became sort of a pejorative during COVID.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, did your own research, huh? Brr, that kind of thing. Because that is encouraging people, whether that was intentional or not, but it's encouraging people to get it in their heads that if you actually want to try to learn something for yourself, well, you're an idiot. You just need to do what the experts tell you to do.
Yes. Because they have an agenda. Yeah. All right. All I see in the headline of this is hefty liberal screams assault.
Yes. We all need a good news story, right?
Yes.
A video making the rounds, some federal agents making an arrest outside of a courthouse. One of the agents is white, one of the agents is black. Both of them do not miss arm day. I'll just say that. Or leg day. They are very much in shape. And so they're making this arrest, and some hefty liberal tried to block a vehicle. She was rather rotund, and she was standing in the street. One of the guys very calmly says, hey, you're going to get arrested if you don't get out of the way. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of snowplows her. Just like, not even tough, not rough at all, just is like leaning into her.
Okay.
And making her go back. And then she starts screaming, assault! You assaulted me!
All right, here it is.
Can you have identification to arrest someone?
Please, I'm sorry, why are you touching me? You're assaulting me! You are assaulting me! Why are you assaulting me? This is assault! You are assaulting me!
No.
You are
need
a
identification to
person
arrest
touching
someone.
me! That is assault! I'm sorry, somebody just grabbed me and forced me out of the way, and now he's walking away.
I'm telling you right now, if my mom was still around, I know what she would have said. You want to see what assault is? I'll show you what freaking assault is.
In fairness, that was the first time that a man has touched her since the prom king asked her out on a date as a prank. So.
Sad.
Golly.
That's very sad.
Boy, that is a brutal take from DVC. Finish her. All right, the 5 stories we're watching today and much more straight ahead.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, thank you very much for being here. It's time now for the 5 stories we're watching today.
All right, number 5, President Trump said in Truth on a Truth Post. Let me try that again.
What? I don't know. What?
I'd be a winner, not really.
David?
He said on a Truth Social post that he will be imposing a 100% tariff on any and all movies that are made outside of the United States. I don't really even know what that means other than he's just sort of stirring the pot.
David.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I think that's probably it.
Yeah. Number 4, the governor of Missouri has signed a new congressional map for that state, which basically only leaves one seat available for Democrats in next year's midterms. Of course, it'll be challenged in court, just like Texas's maps will be, or already are, I guess. Number 3, Democrats in Portland upset that Trump is protecting federal facilities and personnel from rioters. Says, hey, there's no problem here. It never has been. Portland, what? Please. Mostly peaceful rioting. Number 2, ICE arrested the superintendent of the Des Moines school system.
Yeah.
He's an illegal alien who had a removal order for him from last year.
Get him out.
Yeah. And number 1, President Trump is hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today and says he thinks they're close to some deal to end the war and get the hostages back.
Yeah, I want to believe that. I just don't.
We'll see it. Or I'll believe it when I see it, basically.
Been, so back and forth. We've heard this before.
So many times, yes. Other things, not like huge stories out there. Average kid has their phone in their hand 52% of the time during conversations.
They're going to be born that way through evolution. They'll be born with a little cupped hand when they come out of the womb.
Man, oh, man.
Yeah, slide a phone right in there.
Well, I know a lot of parents, it'll be like, hey, no phone at the table.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's talking to you, you don't see them all that often. and then they have their phone and they're kind of talking and they look at their phone and then they go back to you, do you feel disrespected? Not disrespected in the way you want to throw down and fight. Just
no, nothing like that. Like, what am I doing, right? Yeah.
Slap that phone out of their hands.
But do you feel like, what are we doing? Can we have a conversation without you checking your phone constantly?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, seems right. And then I saw this USA Today poll. 53% of partners would choose love over money. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's only 53%.
Well, I think there's a lot of honesty there.
How much money are we talking?
See, and that's what we're talking about.
We're talking about life-changing money.
Say it's $1 million. You leaving your love for $1 million?
No.
No.
Boy, you're pretty soft-spoken there, fellas. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin show.
Well, I thought it was like people who wanted you just for the money, not for the love. That's what I thought.
Well, what I'm asking is, if someone said $1 million if you leave.
No, not for $1 million.
Not for $1 million, no.
$5 million.
David and I are probably going to room together.
Can I? Will she get any of that $5 million?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Say she gets 1, you get 4. Holy mackerel!
No,
I'd have to be more.
Yeah, you have to be more than that.
$10 million.
See, now you're really
We're up against it.
Up here, aren't we? Yeah, we got a break.
Okay.
$10 million.
Yeah, all of a sudden. Yeah, serious, but we'll get back together later on. It'll be that Journey song. I get the joy of rediscovering you. I promise. I promise. News update, more next. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer is back. Scott Robbins. Okay, lots still to get to. Eric Swalwell is in the news.
Yes, Democrat Representative Eric Swalwell says his party will absolutely exact revenge on anyone working with the Trump administration. Like they haven't already done that before. Like I really want to know how many liberals out there know that Steve Bannon went to jail.
Very few, I bet.
Yeah, very few. Steve Bannon went to jail.
He did?
Yeah.
So did Navarro.
Yes.
Yeah, very few know it. All right, let's listen to this idiot.
Well, first, we are making it clear that we're going into the majority a year from now. We have every intention to do that, and so we will bring oversight, accountability. We will subpoena the Department of Justice, but also private actors who have done these drug deals with the administration, college campuses, entertainment companies, law firms. And so accountability is coming. And so, one, it's all coming out. Two, I hope that deters people from doing more of these deals, these one-offs with the president.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down.
Dude.
He's
a joke.
He is a joke.
I mean, do you know of anyone that really holds him in high regard? Even from the other side.
I do, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm afraid I do. I mean,
you know people personally?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know people affiliated with that party who love him. Yeah.
Wow. You know how every side's got a guy that makes a lot of noise, but secretly you're like, yeah, the guy's a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very good, but he makes a lot of noise. Like Democrats, they'll say that about Crockett.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, I wish he'd stop going out there. It's an embarrassment, but I can't say it publicly. I thought it was that way with Swalwell. You're talking about people, intelligent people?
I'm talking about, like, just normal, everyday people who think he's
they think he's a real fighter.
Good, honorable man.
Yeah, he's in the game.
Oh, I see. And that's what happens because they're only getting news from what? MSNBC and CNN?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And NPR.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're in the dark. Okay.
They
that makes
love
sense.
Swalwell.
Unreal. Okay, I did not know this, David, until you brought this up. CNN actually ran a whole show about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended for a couple days.
It was an hour-long special.
No, really?
Yes.
How did I miss that?
To talk about free speech in America.
Oh my gosh.
Again, this was not about free speech, people.
Jimmy Kimmel's suspension from ABC sparked an immediate and heated debate over the First Amendment and censorship. To be clear, television networks are legally allowed to suspend or cancel any shows they want. And they have a long history of doing so when it comes to controversies involving their stars or cast members. But Kimmel's suspension was different because it involved a mix of politics, the president, and the power of his administration when it comes to its critics.
Okay.
In this next hour, CNN's Jake Tapper walks us through how the decision to suspend Kimmel unfolded, the role of the FCC, ABC's affiliate stations, and its parent company, Disney. And he speaks to leading First Amendment scholars about the direction we're heading when it comes to free speech.
Anywhere in that special, did they talk about silencing people on social media during COVID?
Oh, no. No. But they did. Oh, let me try to pull this clip up. Curtis Houck with Newsbusters was trying to break it down as much as he could.
Okay.
And like in one moment, Tapper was saying, well, Jimmy Kimmel was the most touched by Charlie Kirk's assassination. And then they bring on somebody who's with FIRE, which is, I forget what it stands for. It's trying to replace the ACLU as free speech bastion. And listen to this, dude.
Okay. There was so much emotional opportunity to go after political enemies that they just kind of leapt on it, many politicians on the right.
When it comes to somebody saying this person should not have their job because of their speech, is there a difference between the government doing
absolutely.
it and other people doing
100%. Cancel culture, and just to be clear, it does come from the right and the left and always has. But when you're talking about actual official government pressure to punish
Rewriting
someone,
history there.
That's just good old-fashioned authoritarian censorship.
And then if you're fed that, you're a part of the indoctrination.
Yeah. Well, and evidently they never really talked about Google admitting that the Biden administration strong-armed them into censoring people on YouTube during COVID.
No part of that story.
Nope. No, it's all about how Jimmy Kimmel was the real victim after Charlie Kirk got literally murdered.
Yeah. And he was the most affected emotionally or something?
Yes.
More so than Charlie Kirk's closest friends and his wife?
Sure didn't sound that way. Jimmy didn't sound that way.
Not at all.
When all this went down. After the fact, perhaps there was a little contrition there.
Wow.
But
what garbage.
That's the craziest. They built this monster.
Yes.
They built it.
That's why every time it's like I play this trick in my head. I'm like, if they would just say, listen, we got to be honest with people. It's not going to happen. It's all part of the whole charade that's been built up for years and years and years. They've helped build this behemoth. You can't turn your back on it now.
No.
And there's no time for self-reflection.
Because
it's full steam ahead.
Did you not think you were warned when the pendulum swings the other way? It's going to look bad on you for doing this.
That's why, honestly, the good news is it comes down to individuals and what they believe and when they see through BS. And more are all the time.
Golly.
I think that's...
How long was this thing? An hour?
An hour.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's hilarious. All right. It's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, what's your story here?
I thought this was funny. The National Health Service in the UK put out a bonkers statement in support of first cousin marriage. They've actually deleted it now, but it basically said, yes, there are higher instances of birth defects when family members have kids with one another, but it's only a little bit higher. Plus, it's linked to stronger extended family support. And we need to be culturally sensitive when it comes to speaking about the issue, because one of the highest rates of inbreeding is part of the UK, part of England, where there tend to be a majority of Pakistani immigrants. And so they're like, well, we don't want to ban first cousin marriages because we want to be culturally sensitive. But the weirdest thing is, like, so in the United States at the federal level, it's not illegal because marriage is generally managed by the states. There are several states that allow first cousin marriage, even though it is very rare. California being one of them, Florida being another. Texas, they've criminalized it. No, you're not going to be bumping uglies with your first cousin in Texas.
That's exactly how the law reads, too.
It's the
bump uglies.
Yeah,
it's
verbatim.
Like Texas, Nevada, Oklahoma, and the Dakotas have all made it criminal to marry your first cousin.
Keir Starmer, I heard this stat, just as a side note. like the lowest approval rating on record for a prime minister.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard that?
And that's saying something because they just had one that only lasted like 3 weeks or whatever.
Right.
But I will say, just as an addendum, most states do prohibit it in a civil manner. Like you can't marry your first cousin.
Jeez.
All right, Scotty, what do you got for what's your
Gosh,
story?
Dang. All right, let's wade into these waters now, shall we? Of all the things that are wrong or not necessarily illegal, keep that in mind as I tell you this story. Libs of TikTok reported the story late Friday. Florida State attorney by the name of Monique Worrell had declined to prosecute a man who was masturbating in front of children in a park.
Yes.
What?
Oh, my gosh, this story.
Yes.
My goodness. Yeah, and we know. We got it.
An
Scott said
attorney in Worrell's office researched the case and determined there was insufficient evidence to bring charges. Insufficient evidence? You could see it.
I have the clip of the woman saying that it's not illegal. That it's wrong, but not illegal.
Is this the Worrell lady? Okay, let me hear this.
Here you go.
All things that are wrong are not illegal. And I'm not standing before you today telling you that what happened in that park was wrong. But I am standing before you today telling you that I trust the word of the attorney who was assigned to this case when he said, although those actions were wrong, he could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they were illegal.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's lewd and lascivious behavior. I'm not an attorney, but I know what that is.
Well, yes.
You can't walk around doing that.
Okay.
What is going on, man?
Well, what she's arguing is, listen, it may be wrong, but as far as playing wackadoodle in front of kids, nothing says it's illegal, which is not true.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine in college who took a whiz at a park, like at night. Nobody was there. But a cop was there, caught him, and he had to fight like hell to not get put on the sex offender registry. Because it was at a park, at a playground.
Right.
But he was just walking home after going to the bar. And he's like, yeah, he was really afraid that he was going to get added to the list. And there were no kids around.
Dude. Yeah, I was looking back for any other details on that story. That is insane.
It's bonkers. It really is. So the guy is doing it in front of children.
Yeah.
They see it.
Yes.
And we don't have enough evidence?
Well, it's wrong, but she trusts the attorney there is not illegal.
Like you said, is there some sort of equity issue at work here?
Whack equity?
Yes. I believe
What is he? Is he homeless?
I think that is.
So, yeah, see, you can whack in the privacy of your own home. This poor guy, where's he supposed to go?
Whack at?
We need whack equity.
Yes.
It's called
We've been
whack-ing.
asking for funding and asking for it and asking for it.
Yes, we need to invest in our communities.
Yes, we do. We need to hire a commission of whack. I feel like I'm in a Monty Python skit.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Needles for the drug users, okay, and KY for the whackers. There we go.
Yes.
That's what we need.
We want them to be safe.
Dang, man.
Right.
God. What planet?
I know.
Seriously.
I know. For my story, because I don't think you guys happen to hear this part of the Ryder Cup that happened over the weekend. The United States, terrible start.
Yeah, I watched
Saturday,
a lot of it, yeah.
Friday and Saturday. Great individual singles yesterday. They only lost one match out of 12, but it was, too late. For a while, you were wondering, are they going to do this?
Looked like it.
Down to the last four matches. But anyway, the crowd in New York, it was hyped up. It was going to be, oh, man, this is going to be the equalizer. They're going to be going into the gauntlet. Euro. You remember me saying, I'm afraid it's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, you did say that.
Apparently, it got way out of hand from a lot of people that were there. It's not just, crabby elite golfers online saying this is untoward, some of the language. No, people there saying this was over the top. Part of it, you had this MC. Did you hear anything about the MC?
No.
Heather McMahon, comedian, She had to apologize later because she's getting the crowd to chant, bleep you, Rory. Talking about McIlroy.
She was egging it on?
Dude. Yes, She was getting it going.
Oh.
Wow.
How did she get that gig?
Oh, they thought, here, this is a way to pump up the crowd.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wow.
And so then she stepped down from the gig for the final day. And then the other part where she was trying to get the crowd to chant with We Will Rock You with Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I've heard this.
So again, the New York crowd going into the gauntlet, and you're having to teach them some sort of song? What?
1, 2, clap. 1, 2, clap. Here come the lyrics. Scotty Scheffler.
Even the crowd's like, what?
You suck.
All right, hold on. I'm going to let the forefathers try and teach you that.
Remember when Eric Adams said, hey, we've got a brand here?
Yeah.
Talking about New York City? The brand is damaged in a number of different ways. And next up, a Muslim communist mayor, it looks like. Holy mackerel.
Scotty Scheffler.
That whole scene.
Wow, lame.
Just embarrassing. They were a detriment more than a help. Okay, got to get to a news update. And Nimrods, the news coming up.
Still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-518-4477. That's 800-518-4477. Again, that's 800-518-4477.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
All right, football season back in high gear, man. We got the Jets, Dolphins tonight. We've also got the Bengals, Broncos, and Prize Picks is the place to go. You know, we make a lot of choices, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So kick off the season right now by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Millions of users, billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks, simply the best place to use your takes and make some money at it. Plus, the app is really simple and easy to use, too. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport. You pick more, you pick less on their stat projections. If you're right, you win big. Prize Picks available in 40 states, including California, Texas, Florida, Georgia. Simple stats, user-friendly policies, the most fan-friendly app you can use. Man, it's a good one. You'll get $50 in lineups just for playing $5. That's guaranteed. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, Eric Swalwell, we were just talking about him a few minutes ago. He is a bad guy. He is a moron and a bad human being. So he posted a photo of the Michigan gunman, the guy who murdered people at the Mormon church in Michigan. And the guy's wearing a Trump shirt in this photo. More on that in a second. He writes, I'm sure J.D. Vance agrees with me that it doesn't matter that the Michigan terrorist was a MAGA supporter because in America, regardless of your politics, violence has never been the answer. That's a photoshopped photo.
Good one, Eric.
But again, where is MAGA out there saying kill Mormons? So there's a fundamental difference between somebody who shoots at an ICE facility or shoots a very well-known conservative activist and a nut who blows up a church.
Wow. All right, we got to get to Nimrods. We're running out of time.
When the going gets tough. Damn it, this is too hard. The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News. We go to Texas. Albert. School district has confirmed this. A teacher has apologized after feeding an ailing kitten to a classroom snake.
Oh, golly, man.
They're saying, okay, the feeding took place before school, no students present. And he has apologized. Wow. And that's Nimrods in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. So, bringing down the temperature, not so much hot rhetoric. Yeah, nobody's going to do that.
No, it's not going to happen. Democrat Representative Seth Moulton says Democrats, well, they need a plan for immigration enforcement.
Okay.
How are we going to handle immigration? We all hate what Trump is doing with ICE and these masked people running around like the Gestapo. But what is Democrats' immigration policy? How are we going to take on the challenges of the future?
Just like you did before, wide open.
Yeah, right.
That was the plan. You didn't do anything.
So tired of this Gestapo stuff.
Especially after last week.
Well, yeah, and talk to people who actually lived through that. And ask them about the Gestapo.
Exactly.
You losers.
Dude, to see what happened, and ICE agents being attacked all over the place, and you're still running this nonsense. And when one of them's serious enough, outside of Fetterman, say, okay, we got to stop the Hitler talk and Gestapo and fascists and all of this nonsense, they won't do it.
No.
Terrible. It is. It's embarrassing, disgusting, whatever else you can think of that we can't say on the radio. Let's get to John Brennan. He's nervous right now.
He is very nervous. The former CIA director, John Brennan, he was on MSNBC, and he's been mentioned as a possible target from the DOJ for his role in pushing the Russia hoax in Trump's first term. He's looked long and hard at it, by the way, and he thinks he's in the clear.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't see any case against me. I have looked back on all of my actions and decisions, and with John Durham, the special counsel, and others that have looked at what we did, it was certainly consistent with our legal authorities and with the laws. So I don't know what they're referring to there. Individuals who used to work in the government, even if their security clearances were revoked, they could be subpoenaed. They could be, called to provide testimony in support of whatever allegations they have. I don't see a case there.
Really?
Yeah. I've looked into it and decided I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, not me. I didn't what?
Because you're not going to go on there and say, yep, I lied under oath.
Right.
That was the same thing ABC this morning. Same crap as they did with Comey, bringing up Comey and saying Christopher Wray, former FBI director, could be next. An investigation without evidence. Oh, yeah. That's why there's an investigation, because he lied under oath. That's part of what it is. Wild.
The repo guy shows up at your house to take your car, and you're outside going, "Hey, wait a minute! They told me I was good."
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just leave it right here then.
Right.
See ya. Sorry.
Well, the other thing is, you're bringing one of these people on and interviewing them, like they're going to say, you know what? I got to tell you, I really did lie under oath. I'm just hoping I won't get caught.
Right.
I can't really talk about it. You know what I mean? Although that's what happened in upstate New York. One of the craziest stories you can imagine. I don't know if you heard about this. In Albany, a dude admitted during a television interview to killing his parents and burying them in the backyard of their upstate New York home 8 years ago.
Yes.
And then was arrested as he left the studio. This is Lorenz Krause. He's 53. This is a day after police say they recovered 2 bodies from the home in Albany as part of an investigation that found Krause's parents were still receiving Social Security payments despite not having been seen or heard from in years. So Lorenz Krause contacted local news outlet CBS 6, sat for a half-hour interview in which he described the deaths as mercy killings for aging parents who were becoming more frail. And that's when he admitted it, but it was almost like he was trying not to admit it. Very, let's just say, bizarre. Mm-hmm. And this is the part. Check it.
Did you kill your parents to put them out of their misery?
My concern for their misery was paramount. It was a huge burden to have to face this coming up.
So you alleviated that burden?
I have to protect my Fifth Amendment rights on this until the right time.
They realized what you were doing to them as it happened?
Yes.
They knew that this was it for them. They were perishing at your hand?
Yes. And it was so quick. I did the right thing for them based on the situation. I did my duty to them as a son. Everything fell into place. I don't know how it happened that it all fell into place.
Isn't that the most bizarre thing you've ever heard?
Well, that interviewer's got to be going, did he just what?
What?
Did he just confess?
I think he just did.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I just keep hearing that poor son of a gun in upstate New York as well, that Lyle guy.
They got the same voice pattern. Yeah.
Like, had the affair with the inmates and helped them escape. And
Tilly.
Yeah, Tilly, his wife.
Tilly was the wife.
Dana Morrow, whatever.
Yes.
Yes, he sounds very much like poor Lyle.
He does.
I'm not going to kill him.
I thought that too, and I couldn't place it, but you're right. Yeah.
I love my oven. Yeah.
Wow, dude. That was like an all-timer.
Yeah.
If you want to go back to that story for a second. But as far as this guy confessing, yeah, then it's like a half hour after the interview, cops arrest him.
What was what were they interviewing him for?
He got a hold of him when they discovered.
And said, I want to sit down with you and talk to you about this killing? Or
that's the way I understand it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he does. I have the old clip of Lyle Mitchell.
Investigator came out and said, Mr. Mitchell, your wife has more involved than what she's letting on. What? I said, well, how can it help?
All right, time out for a second. Because you got to set this whole story. There was a huge jailbreak that happened in 2015.
Yep.
And you had these 2 inmates, and apparently both had affairs with this woman who was married to Lyle.
Yeah. That's the guy you just heard. Yeah.
Yes, and she helped them escape. But part of the escape was they were going to kill Lyle.
Yes.
Yes.
And then later she says, I'm in a lot of trouble, and telling Lyle, yeah, they were going to kill you. Yeah. Now Lyle, I don't think he had a good lawyer at the time, decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down with Matt Lauer on the Today Show. And I think Savannah did another interview with him and talked to him and get, his reaction to everything that's gone on, because those guys both ended up dying.
Yeah.
They were found and shot. And she did time.
Yes.
For helping him escape, but then she got out. And as far as we know, her and Lyle are still together.
Yeah, they got back together. He took her back after the affair, after getting, having a murder plot.
Seriously. Yes, he did. Till death do us part.
Boy, the forgiving soul of that man.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, now that clip.
My head, and I was scared. And she said, I got something else to tell you. I said, what's that? She said, their plan was they want to kill you. I said, what?
I mean, the way he says, I said, what?
I said, what? They want to kill me?
I've expressed more outrage when I learned that the ice cream machine is broken at McDonald's, dude.
Yes.
What?
I said, what?
He's like, they're going to kill you. I said, what?
She told me that Matt wanted her to pick him up. And she said, well, I never leave nowhere without Lyle. Never. And he said, well, I'll give you some pills they give him to knock him out and then wheel and you come pick us up. She said, I am not doing that. She said, I love my husband. I am not hurting him.
Yeah,
she said, then I knew I was over my head.
Gosh, she loves him.
She loves her oven. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and for years, if one of us was having a bad day, I know what I would always say to one of you guys. It could be worse. It could be Lyle.
Yeah.
You could be Lyle today. Poor Lyle. And you would mock him, Scott, and I have you recorded mocking him, saying,
I love my husband.
Well,
Poor
it's like
freaking
a
Lyle.
foreign language. I was learning to speak Lyle.
She never leaves
And
without...
it comes in handy when we got this guy who sounds exactly like Lyle.
Man, now I got to go back to this other guy.
love my husband.
Not you. I need to go back to the other guy that just confessed. See if I hear it again. All right, roll it.
Did you kill your parents to put them out of their misery?
My concern for their misery was paramount. It was a huge burden to have to face this coming up.
David, that's an incredible catch. I didn't hear it the first time, but now I can't unhear it.
I just haven't heard the upstate New York accent very often, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe that's
That must be it, yeah. Man, I wonder if there's a clip somewhere of him saying, I love my parents. That's why I killed him.
So you alleviated that burden.
I have to protect my Fifth Amendment rights on this until the right time.
They realized what you were doing to them as it happened.
Yes.
They knew that this was it for them, that they were perishing at your hand.
Yes.
I said, what?
Boy,
sheepers.
I tell you what, I'd love to see the reaction to the haircut when he got that answer. Must have been, holy
I feel like,
smokes.
wait, you did what now?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that is something, man. Other news out there. Washington Post took aim at Kamala. They basically ended her career.
I did. Yeah, I saw this.
I don't know, does the Washington Post still have that kind of juice? People would say they're still the voice of the, quote, establishment when it comes to the left and Democrats.
Yeah, I think certainly among the Democrat Party elite in Washington, D.C., yes, I think it does still have some sway.
Yeah, I agree.
So she's out there doing the book tour, you know. Washington Post says no one, perhaps not even Kamala Harris, knows for certain whether she wants to be president. The promotional tour for a new book hasn't cleared up that mystery, but it's reminded the country why most Americans did not want her in the White House. On Monday, Harris offered her first major interview since leaving office to a predictably deferential MSNBC. They didn't even call it MS Now. Anyway, yet even on friendly turf, the former vice president seemed uncomfortable and inauthentic. Is Harris a brilliant political mind who simply freezes up in front of cameras? Alas, taking the time to organize her thoughts in writing doesn't help much. Indeed, virtually every page of her book, 107 Days, offers a glaring reminder of why she failed to close the deal. Much of the book is score settling that ought to be beneath an aspiring president, the sort of small-mindedness that Democrats rightly knocked President Trump for. Just calling it a self-serving memoir, and she needs to go, basically.
Wow.
And the thing that a lot of people find inauthentic, and we don't know because we don't know the relationship, is does she love her husband?
Well, I said, what?
What?
They're going to say, what? I only smacked that other woman once. Allegedly. Right. Okay. Man, a lot going on today. A couple of updates to get to, and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead right here.
Football season is heating up on Prize Picks. You know, you and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So keep the season rolling by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. The Prize Picks app is really simple to use. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you could win big. Prize Picks offers up to 2,000 times your cash. Prize Picks is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. All transactions are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code MVCR and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly. B21.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Right, number 5, the governor of Missouri has signed into law a new congressional map, which basically leaves the Democrat Party with 1 seat in the Show Me State, which is just great.
Y'all wanted to play this game.
It's wonderful.
Yep.
Number 4, Democrats in Portland are upset that Trump is protecting federal facilities and employees from rioters, saying, hey, there's no problem there. It never has been. What? Just a few fires and windows broken. And I know there's a lawsuit underway from people who live in the neighborhood surrounding the ICE facility because the city's not doing anything to stop the Antifa bros from, keeping them up at all hours of the night and trying to sabotage that facility.
Yes, you see the people on X. There were people in Portland coming out saying, finally, love Trump coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, ICE arrested the superintendent of the Des Moines school system. He's an illegal alien who had a removal order from last year. Just crazy, huh?
That whole story. And then they're saying we need to practice radical empathy.
Yes.
The guy, he left his car. I mean, he's running from the cops.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you deport these superintendents, these are jobs Americans won't do.
Oh, and the kids love him. Right.
Who will run our school districts if not for illegal aliens? Dang.
Going to pick the crops and run the schools? Dang it.
Well, the kids loved him. I've heard that. They loved him.
Of course.
That may be. I don't care.
So what?
He's breaking the law.
Well, again, you laid out the whole story. This is that DiCaprio movie.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
So the guy was an Olympic runner, apparently, and not a great one, but he made it to the show. So I'll give him credit for that, of course.
Sure.
But then also claimed he was a commissioned military officer at one point. He was a police detective at one point.
Like, all these are just lies.
Got some award that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And, just
like
a whole
one after
lot of
another.
lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
he
bounced around a whole lot of different school districts until he wound up in Des Moines a couple years ago. And now
he's a registered voter in Maryland.
Yes, he's a registered voter in Maryland.
That too. Well, he votes.
Oh my gosh, what is this? What is going on?
Maybe he'll be referred to Maryland Man Part 2.
Well, Des Moines Man.
Very well be.
Actually from Guyana, but okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, President Trump is hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today and says he thinks they're close to some deal to end the war and get the hostages back. I think that's just him being optimistic. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any movement one way or the other. And then number 1, an update on that horrible Mormon church shooting in Michigan. The suspect in this case, who is dead, apparently once dated a woman in Utah. He lived there for a little while, who's a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints, which a report says he characterized as the Antichrist as recently as last week. That is according to Chris Johns, a city council candidate in Burton, Michigan, who told the Detroit Free Press that Sanford, the killer, abruptly went on an anti-Mormon tirade after he knocked on his door and conversed with him on September 22nd.
Wow. All right. Man, I saw this story, and don't need to give you any other fears when it comes to health, Scott.
Yeah, but go ahead.
This 36-year-old woman in England, Haley Black, recently shared this story that she yawned, and it almost ended her life.
What?
Yeah, she was about to feed her baby when the kid yawned. You know, you see somebody yawn, and that
triggers you.
Contagious. She yawned, too, while stretching, and immediately felt a shock in her neck. It turned out the yawn was so forceful, 2 vertebrae in her neck had shot forward into her spine.
Golly! What?
Yes. I'd never heard of such a thing.
No.
No, people, did a story about it.
I yawned, and immediately 2 discs shot forward into my spinal cord, compressing my spine. And I was having these weird, seizures down one side, and then the other side, I was losing function. Surgeon had come to see me. I just remember him saying, "You need to have surgery now, and it's 50-50 whether you're going to survive this." They said that 2 discs had shot forward and compressed my spine, essentially breaking my neck.
God. What kind of a yawn was that?
I know. Yeah. She's sharing the story now. Happened in 2016. She was in a wheelchair for months. Had to learn how to walk again.
Holy smokes.
Still has some issues, almost 10 years later. I've never even heard of anything.
Me either. I've heard of some strange things involving jaws and that sort of thing, but not anything like that.
No. Now you're going to be paranoid when you yawn, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
this is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. All right. Biggest story of the day, David?
Biggest story of the day. There are plenty, but I'm just kind of fascinated to see where the Des Moines story goes. What else are we going to learn about this? Because how many different jurisdictions dropped the ball on this? And the other question is, when did his status run out? Was he here legally for a little while? Was he technically legally here when he was initially hired in Iowa? And then that lapsed, and then what was the reason behind? And this was under the Biden administration. They told him he had to get out. What were the circumstances that led to that? It's just kind of a mind-boggling story.
It is. Well, more updates on that coming up. And the top 3 stories from Scott Robbins, the trifecta, straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. And the sexy boomer, Scott Robbins. A couple of things we hadn't had a chance to get to yet today. And I know Trump meeting with Netanyahu, and they're talking maybe some sort of deal. We'll see where all that goes. You've had the left screaming genocide.
Of course.
Which is absolute nonsense. They just keep saying it, and then people believe it, I guess. Bill Maher's about had enough of that. And he brought up Nigeria.
Oh.
And I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
He's right about this.
Nigeria, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you.
Yeah, that was with Nancy Mace.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad he said it because a lot of people wouldn't be aware if he didn't.
No, I'm barely aware of it. Barely.
Yeah, read some Christian media.
I'm not even sure I knew the extent of it.
It's crazy.
Those kind of numbers. Holy cow.
Maher also went off on progressives. He'll do this occasionally.
Well, he's had enough of that, too.
I think we got all the bad words out.
Oh, God, David, on the button, please.
Andres was on it, dude. You don't trust Andres?
I love Andres. I trust him mightily.
They see gender as only a construct and sex is assigned at birth, and they say, we're not doing that.
By the way, this is what he's saying. This is why basically conservatives can't even have a conversation with these progressives anymore. No. And it's funny to me the way he phrases it, because how many times we said on the show, we're not doing this anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the way he phrases it.
Transing kids by self-diagnosis with no age limit, no parental notification, and no acknowledgement of social contagion, not doing it. Asylum now covers any reason for anyone to come to America, not doing it. Homelessness is a lifestyle. Natural immunity doesn't count anymore. Whiteness is toxic. Is in women's prisons. Welcoming the Intifada. We're not doing it. And so, folks... If we are ever going to get back to the old America, that's got to be the Democrats' part of the bargain. Stop coming up with radically new and often terrible ideas, and then in the next breath insist there be no debate about any of it. That if you don't see it right away and go along, you're bad, stupid, and deplorable. As if you were saying, duh, 2 + 2 = 5, isn't that obvious? Yeah, it's obvious you can't add.
I'm glad his audience is hearing this. That's the point to me.
Well, I'm glad they're applauding.
You can't just say shit. Math is racist. Queers for Palestine. Looting is cool. Healthy at any weight. If the men's football team played the women's team, it would be a tie.
That one dude laughing.
You can't just say shit. I mean, you can, but it doesn't make it true, because you're not Harry Potter.
Yeah. So that
smug self-righteousness in the defense of some of the dumbest ideas to ever come down the pike is not a formula that's really working for you.
See, he's not red-pilled yet. No. It's not going to happen. But at least there's some sort of common sense there.
Well, yeah, that's a sensible argument. And again, everything he said is true, 100%.
Yes.
You want to know why you're losing? That's why you lost. That's why you will continue to lose. That's why.
But then also it was like 10 years ago where I'll never forget watching it, where he says, California just passed blah, 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 all these different things that he was talking about. And he's like, this is proof that progressivism is right. And it has won. We've won the argument. It's like, you didn't by a long shot, actually.
No, you didn't.
Well, the thing is, you could have put the brakes on after that. You could have went, okay, now we got to get back to governing again, and we got to take the pulse of the people of this country, and not be run by the lunatics.
But that's different than what the progressives are about. They don't care about tearing it all down. They don't care. It's about the whole new world order thing. And the utopia they want to create. It doesn't matter. That's the religion.
You know, getting back to everything you just said, let's find common ground. We can find common ground. We're all Americans. You can't.
Not with these
people.
Not with
people who believe that stuff.
No,
you can't.
There's not.
What are you going to do? Where do you start that conversation?
David, you had a clip from Harry Enton talking about how Mom Dummy's going to win.
Yeah.
What'd you call him? Mom Dummy?
Mom Dummy.
Did I mispronounce it?
I like that. A little Red Fox thrown in there. I like that.
Now,
Dummy.
New York Mayor Eric Adams has dropped his re-election bid, presumably to, get behind Andrew Cuomo, who has a little bit better chance of winning, but just trying to prevent the socialist from actually winning. CNN's data guru, Harry Enton, he's a very high-energy individual, has some bad news because Mamdani's still very much the favorite. He's probably going to win.
Yeah, probably.
With Adams out, that has the effect of being a giant dud. I don't think it makes much of a difference at all. Why is that? Well, let's take a look, Jessica. Let's take a look at Mamdani leads the New York City mayoral race. With Adams in the race, he was ahead by 19 points. Now, with no Adams in the race, guess what? Mamdani still leads the race. He leads it by double digits by 15 points. So, yes, maybe the margin has shrunk a little bit with Adams dropping out of the race. But when you're going from a 19-point lead to a 15-point lead, and we have only a little bit more than a month to go, the Adams dropping out of the race, at least according to the polling data that we have at our fingertips currently, will not make much of a difference. That's why I say it will be more like a dud than a giant thud.
There has to be one of those big stories that comes out that paints him in a terrible light. I don't know if that's going to happen or
Boy,
not.
all the oxygen, too, that Mondami sucks up out of the room. You don't even hear about Cuomo.
Well, part
you
of
didn't even hear about it.
No.
Part of that's because, and I don't live in New York City. I'm only interested because it is America's largest city, and there's a lot of there's a lot of centers of influence in that city. And I think if Zoran Mamdani wins, it's a really bad day in America. But also, Andrew Cuomo hasn't given anyone a reason to vote for him.
Yeah, maybe that's why you haven't heard anything. I don't know.
He kind of showed up and thought, I'll win. And that
Yeah.
might have been true, except now you got a younger guy who has captured the very activated left-wing sector of New York voters.
What am I going to do with 7,300 masks?
Well, yeah, Muslim communist could very well be mayor of New York. Meanwhile, before you get to your trifecta, did you see where Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, other comedians are getting just blasted for playing Saudi Arabia?
Okay.
Oh, they're just going down there to do shows?
Yeah, they're
okay.
getting paid big money
Oh, yeah. I would imagine.
to go do shows. So you got Bill Burr, Louis C.K.,
Bill Burr.
Ansari, Pete Davidson. Some people are like Shane Gillis said, no, he was offered, he said, a significant bag to play there, but he said, I took a principled stand. You don't 9/11 your friends.
Oof. That's tough.
And that other dude, Mark, is it Maron or Marone?
Marin, yeah.
Maron.
Yeah.
He's on that one Apple show. Said, how do you even promote that? From the folks that brought you 9/11? 2 weeks of laughter in the desert? Don't miss it? Said, I mean, the same guy that's going to pay them is the same guy that paid the guy to bonesaw Jamal Khashoggi and putting him in an effing suitcase.
Yeah.
But don't let that stop the yucks. It's going to be a good time. So there's a little fight going on in that community, too, whether or not you should play Saudi
I
Arabia.
would think that would be like, maybe they laugh at stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just always assumed they were just humorless.
Well, and then the question goes back, are you making money off China in any way?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with that? And then you're trying to figure all that out, what's right, what's not.
Mm-hmm.
So let them have that fight, I guess.
Yep.
All right, Scotty, you ready for your big
Yeah,
three?
let's go.
Casey said he's not coming back.
He's not coming back? Is that right?
No, I'm joking.
Well, he sure as hell didn't check in on me, that's for sure.
Oh, he was missing you constantly.
No, he was not. He lied.
David?
Are you ready?
1, 2, buckle my shoe on.
It's the three most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top three stories, helped by his hero, Casey Kasem. And when you were gone, what do you say?
Scott, I miss you.
I
feel an emptiness in my
Yeah,
heart.
well, my phone didn't ring with you on the other end, pal. You didn't show up either, so there you go. A lot of help you were.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I bet you are.
3.
Fire you is what I should do. Yeah. Abandon me. Okay, in my weakest hour. Okay.
I feel an emptiness in my heart.
Shut up. No, you don't.
3.
Number 3. Man, he sounds upbeat there, man.
I know,
Bro.
yeah, all of a sudden.
Number 3, there was a large whiskey heist.
This is interesting. Skagit Valley, Washington is the home of Westland Distillery, which was recently the victim of carrier fraud. These people stole over $1 million in craft booze. Thieves made off with 12,000 bottles of craft whiskey.
Wow.
And also, they took $1 million worth of product. They also spirited away, there you go, with half the stock of single malt distillers. These people, they've worked decades, by the way, to make these single malt distillers. So now the Skagit Valley Sheriff's Office is investigating. Whiskey aficionados are wondering, hey, man, where did all the bottles end up? Nobody knows right now. They're afraid they're going to end up on the collector's market. But, of course, if you're knowingly buying stolen products, that's not good either.
Sorry,
Yes.
man. Could not resist. That was part of the Friday Five, so there you go. Yeah, taking the whiskey
That song
home.
was?
It was. We were doing songs with home in the title because you were stuck at home.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
I know. You were missed all the way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, on with the countdown.
Scott Robbins trifecta, top three of the day, up to number
2.
At number 2, no deal yet with the government shutdown, and you're saying that Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren is weighing in on things.
God. I mean, as only she can, by the way. The government runs out of money tomorrow, she said breathlessly. Here's what the problem is right now. Republicans in Congress would rather kick people off health care than pass a bipartisan bill to keep the government open.
She threw a fit.
She went on to say, get this, 50,000 people will die. 50,000 people are going to die if this thing doesn't pass, or the continuing resolution.
Sure.
By the way, but it's so her. People will die. 50,000. Where do you come up with that number? I don't know.
I know.
I got to talk about a dog dying.
I think we're just talking about people, right? Maybe dogs, too.
People. I'm thinking about this, too, this continuing resolution. Now, it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. There's government waste out the wazoo. There's things that need to be cut.
Oh.
I mean, it's terrible. I can't think of another business in my lifetime anyway where anybody's gotten together and went, you know what? We lost a bunch of money last year, but we're not going to do anything with the budget. We're just going to continue on the way we were. Because that works.
Yeah.
Doesn't go anywhere. That's ridiculous. No, it doesn't. Thank you, Casey.
And the countdown continues.
I think he was paying attention there for a while, but I guess he is.
Got Robin's trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, one.
Number 1, a country music star set a concert record.
Yeah, how about this? This is wild. Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Set an attendance record with a Michigan show. This is another one of these guys. I mean, I can't tell you one song of his.
Really?
I can't. Can you?
No.
Okay.
I've heard him because my kids will play him.
I thought you were going to come at me with something there.
I could ask, hey, what was the name of that tune? I don't have it on my playlist, but I've heard his stuff. I've heard his stuff.
He will perform to a sold-out crowd of over 112,000 people.
Wow.
In Ann Arbor. He did it this past Saturday night, as a matter of fact. Can you imagine? I can't imagine that. I saw the stadium, an overhead shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you paid to sit up where you had to sit up to fill that thing. The only seats that were available.
Yeah.
But you're a mile away from the stage.
It's all different now, though, with the big screens.
Dude, but listen, I've gone to those. I saw the Police at Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Where they did the screens, too.
Yeah.
But you're watching the screen.
You are.
I paid, what, $120 to watch the screen? I mean, I would expect Sting to bring me a beer, but
you were not satisfied with the concert experience there?
No, it sucks. I mean, you're watching a screen. I don't want to do that.
I understand, but there's only so many good seats, but it's better than the way it used to be at stadium shows where there are no screens and you were just looking at ants up there.
And there you have it.
Yeah, I always thought Steven Tyler was like 18 inches tall, but then I realized he's not.
You were just poor.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
It's really been an honor for me.
All right, news update and Nimrods in the news coming right up.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
It's fall already. That means chili cookouts, holiday get-togethers, and a boatload of Halloween candy. As great as all of those things might taste, the reality is that all of the heavy foods, sweets, and adult beverages put an extraordinary strain on your liver. And when your liver isn't happy, neither is the rest of you. Bloating, indigestion, fatigue, those are all signs that your liver needs some love.
And you can help your liver out with a daily dose of Active Liver from New Nordic. It's a simple way to keep your liver healthy, even when your diet isn't. All it takes is just a couple of great-tasting gummies a day to help give your body's filter the support it needs. It might even make you feel a little less guilty when you raid your kids' Halloween haul, too. Enjoy all the fantastic flavors and treats of fall without the bloating and fatigue. Make Active Liver your healthy new habit starting today. You can find Active Liver online at Amazon or pick some up at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, and it's now available at ShopRite. Check it out, Active Liver from New Nordic.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Got your Bengals, got your Broncos. Got Tampa Bay playing tonight. You got a lot of football going. It's Monday Night Football. What are you laughing about, David? Did I mistake myself?
Pretty sure Tampa played yesterday.
Well,
they got beat by Philly.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I wrote down the wrong thing. Okay, my fault. You got to correct me on those, man, when I get those wrong. Holy cow.
Well, I'm looking it up for myself. I'm like, did I hallucinate yesterday?
Well,
I think they got beat by the Eagles.
They did.
Yeah.
They did, as a matter of fact. Yes.
Okay.
So we do have the Bengals and Broncos, though. I'm correct in that one.
I think it's also Jets-Dolphins.
Jets-Dolphins. That's the one I was missing. Okay.
Yep.
Football season is back anyway. Prize Picks is the place to go, and, man, you can win some big dollars. Kick off the season the right way. You get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Millions of users, billions of dollars awarded in winnings. Prize Picks, the absolute best place to take your picks and put them to the test. Plus, the app is really simple and easy to use, too. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on the projections, and if you're right, you could win big. Prize Picks is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Simple stats, user-friendly policies. Prize Picks is the most fan-friendly app. So, you're going to win or lose, by the way. Just download the app today and use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play. That's right, $50 just for playing. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
All right.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News. We go to Florida, where things got physical for a throuple. And now a woman is trying to boot both her ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend from their home. I'm seeing mugshots here.
I can smell that stuff.
Oh, it's not good at all. Wow, and that's Nimrods in the News.